Please be seated. Welcome, class of 2015. What an incredible year it has been for all of us. It has been an honor serving you as your student body president. I truly believe that this senior class is one of the best that Red Mountain has ever seen. You guys have taught me so many life lessons, even though I know a fraction of you. There are 3 things I have learned this year, serving the class of 2015, that I know I will be able to carry with me throughout my life. Number 1 is to never take yourself too seriously. It's funny to look back on the things I was worried about, like wondering if I was being laughed when I ran to class in order to beat the sweet music, and to realize that none of the things that I thought would matter actually matter. I realized that everything works better if you leave yourself, your restrictions, and your pride behind and just focus on the task at hand. The second thing I learned is that there will always be someone trying to tell you that what you're passionate about is worthless. You have to prove them wrong. This is a universal truth that we take too lightly. Too often we find ourselves wondering if what we believe in is actually worthwhile if so many people are trying to tell us otherwise. Nothing will ever change without our ability to learn from, then ignore our opposers. The third and final life lesson I learned was that the most successful you will ever be in life is when you have dedicated your life to helping others. I know many of us will not follow this path, and many of us will forget this path. We may get too involved in ourselves and in our ways that we forget all the incredible things we can do for others. We all see ourselves living in a wonderful life story in a wonderful world. We are the group who is going to change the world, who are going to make the difference we want to see, and we will make the changes that those before us have not made. But these things will only happen to the extent we desire when our lives are dedicated to others or the things we want to see a change in. So the 3 things I learned from you guys, and I thank you so much, that I believe we can all carry with us on our different journeys, are to never take ourselves too seriously, to learn how to rise above our opposers, and to make service for others one of the most important components of our lives. Thank you for a wonderful year, and I wish you all luck with the years to come.
Thank you, Joelle, and thank you all for coming. Hello, parents, family members, and fellow classmates of the class of 2015. My name is Mohammed Zaitoon. I'm the former student body vice president here at Red Mountain High School, and today I, along with 750 other students, will begin the next chapter of our lives. 4 years ago, I attended Franklin Junior High. My class was 35 students, and we were like a family. I never thought anything could amount to how close we were. Then I came to Red Mountain, and I was proven wrong. The school, staff, and students have changed me. It's truly been great here. To the teachers, thank you for everything you've taught me in the class of 2015. To the parents, thank you for your tireless dedication through 18 rigorous years of intensive training and discipline. And to the class of 2015, we have 2 months left before we begin separating. Make every day count and every memory eternal. Thank you. Now please join me and stand for the presentation of our colors by Red Mountain's JROTC, followed by the Red Mountain Choir singing the national anthem and the alma mater. Thank you. You may be seated.
Good evening, Red Mountain family. My name is Jared Ryan, and I'm incredibly proud to stand here tonight as the principal of Red Mountain High School. It is an absolute privilege and honor to serve each of you on a daily basis, as together we are able to experience this special campus. Tonight, we are fortunate to be joined by all those who truly embody the spirit of what is the Red Mountain family. Graduates, current students, alumni, parents, grandparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, and any community supporters, we are all part of the Red Mountain family. I would like to start by recognizing the attendance of two incredibly gifted Mesa Public Schools leaders and true Red Mountain student advocates. Dr. Susie Dupree is an assistant superintendent who tonight is representing the MPS governing board, and Dr. Pete Lesser, who is not only joining us as an MPS superintendency representative, but also the father of a graduate, Haley Lesser. Please join me in welcoming these two outstanding leaders and applaud them for their support of Red Mountain High School. I'm proud of every single member of the graduating class of 2015. Being part of the first four-year graduating class did not come without pressure, but you all responded in a big way. During your high school career, Your classes won 26 region championships, 4 state championships, won the AIA Directors Cup, been recognized as an A+ award-winning school, completed thousands of community service hours, given back to numerous community organizations, including the United Food Bank, Teen Lifeline, as well as United Way. You have been part of building RMTV into the most viewed online high school broadcast in the country. Created a record-breaking award-winning yearbook, have already completed over 2,000 college credits, and accumulated an astonishing $14 million worth of scholarships to universities throughout the country. To say this class has had an impact on the landscape of Red Mountain High School would be a vast understatement. Although each of you have contributed to the success of this entire class in a multitude of ways, I'd like to take a moment and recognize the academic leaders among you. To finish your high school career as one of the top 20 in the class of over 700 graduates is not a small accomplishment. This requires diligence, perseverance, and quite honestly, just a ton of hard work. The announcement of this year's award winners was made this morning, with each student receiving a medallion to wear during this ceremony. As I read the names of the students ranked in the top 20, please stand in your location to be recognized. Names will be read in alphabetical order. Marisa Beceda, Kylie Davis, Caitlin DeMassa, Julian Gallo, Jeanette Gutierrez Barranco, Catherine Heffernan, Tanner Ivy, Nathan Kahn, Edward Lee, Chase Lordy, Priyanka Macon, Aaron Mamerl, Kiana McCarty, Catherine McIntosh, Zeke Ramos, Sonia Saprowski, Lauren Steinhoff, Madison Sutton, Nicole Tower, Victoria Willis, and Zoe Zamora. Please join me in giving these academic leaders a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. Tonight, we take part in a celebration and recognition of some of the best and brightest students to ever walk the halls of Red Mountain. The Red Mountain faculty and staff have the amazing opportunity to not only work alongside these students in the classroom, but to also learn the stories behind the names you will hear read tonight. On a night like this, the audience is only privy to the names being read, but sadly not the story which makes each of these human beings special and unique. Each of these graduates has a story which has built them to this point. But what each of you need to understand is that your story has just started. Tonight, you simply take what you have accomplished over the last 4 years and treat it as a prelude to the life you are going to lead. In the day and age of instant gratification and living life as a sprint rather than a marathon, I think it's important that we take time to slow down and look at the big picture. I learned 2 things in my preparation for tonight. 1, the average life expectancy for an individual residing in the great state of Arizona is 79.6. And 2, if I want to live longer, I need to figure out a way to afford to live in Hawaii, where people live well into their 80s. Based on this information, I want each of you to imagine this football field as an average life timeline. I want you to envision the field goal pole behind the stage as the beginning of your life timeline, which represents birth, and the one behind you, on the opposite end of the field, representing the age 79.6. Making the assumption that the average age of this group is 18 years old, I would guess that where I stand is the approximate location of where you are tonight on this timeline. 18 years behind me and 71.6 yet to be lived. 61.6 yet to be lived. Just checking to make sure you're listening. The space between myself and the goalpost behind me represents the life you have lived. Encompassed within that space is every decision you have made, every success you have had, every difficult situation you've encountered, and every piece of knowledge you have acquired. Now, time to take a moment and look at the distance from where I stand to the field goal pole behind you. Look how far this is. When you look at this distance, what is the first thing that comes to mind? When you look at the space, it seems vast in comparison to the first portion of your lives. It seems like this never-ending stretch which would provide each of you the ability to take your time moving into the world ahead. Unfortunately, that thought is not reality. The reality is that decisions you make within the next few years, months, and even days will directly impact the rest of this timeline and what it turns into. Although this may seem like a scary prospect, there's also a fantastic opportunity within it. The beauty is that regardless of anything which may sit on the first 18 years of your timeline, the rest is completely going to be based on the choices you make beginning this day moving forward. You will have decisions to make which have never before had the impact you will begin experiencing. Big decisions will no longer be about whether or not if you want fries with that, or what dress to buy for prom. Big decisions are now those with life impact. Once again, look at the distance between this stage and that goalpost. Over 61 years sitting in front of you with endless opportunity. What do you want this to look like? What kind of legacy are you going to leave behind? Each of you have one opportunity to experience this timeline. Each of you have one opportunity to decide the route you're going. And each of you have one opportunity to represent yourself to the fullest. As a result of the average teenage attention span being less than 12 seconds, or so your teachers and parents have told me, I have chosen to keep my final message tonight simple and challenge each of you to one thing. I will give you one little word, which I hope will have a big impact on the rest of your timeline. The word is compete. One simple word, compete. I challenge you all to compete at the highest level. Competing in this world is scary. That's why many people simply choose not to. To compete, you must open yourself to a level of vulnerability which makes most people very uncomfortable. It is understandable. When you compete, you risk losing, and no one wants to lose. However, on the flip side, when you choose not to compete, it is impossible to win. So you have to ask yourself this question. Would you rather never compete in an effort to avoid losing, or never win as a result of being too scared to compete? It is my hope that everyone in this graduating class of 2015 experiences a timeline filled with wins and not a life defined by avoiding losses. A life which is truly lived the Red Mountain way. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to turn over the microphone to Dr. James Gowdy, our assistant principal that works with the senior class.
Good evening, Red Mountain family. For the past 2 years, I've had the wonderful privilege of being the grade level administrator over the class of 2015. And this evening, I'm very pleased to introduce our two senior speakers. Our first senior speaker will attend the Honors College at the University of Arizona with the intent of majoring in philosophy, politics, economics, and law. Her favorite memory of Red Mountain was being an active member of the speech and debate team. Her favorite part of Red Mountain was meeting different people and building and maintaining numerous friendships. Please welcome our first senior speaker, Jillian Gallo.
Like many students here at Red Mountain High School, This is not the first time I have been on this track and field. Most of us at one point in our high school careers have been here to run the mile. As you can see, I, along with the rest of the class of 2015, am not quite exactly dressed to run the mile today. Rather, we are gathered here today, dressed in our caps and gowns to celebrate one of the biggest milestones in our lives, our high school graduation. For those who do not know, it takes 4 laps around this track to complete the mile. Likewise, it takes 4 years to complete high school. As the first class of freshmen at Red Mountain, we will be the first graduating class to have completed 4 years of high school. We are truly the last of the first. We did not get here today by being your ordinary high school students. We got here today by being mountain lions. As mountain lions, we are defined by courage, respect, and influence. These defining characteristics have driven us to run forward and face our futures head on. However, we weren't always courageous, respectful, and influential. We had to learn. We had to learn how to crawl, how to walk, and finally how to run before we could complete the mile. At Red Mountain, we learned to be courageous. People who aren't afraid to fail have courage. All of us graduating put in what we wanted out of ourselves to be here today. In our academics, we weren't afraid to make mistakes. We practiced running. We practiced for our futures. We hurdled over our challenges and challenged ourselves to go above and beyond what we thought we were capable of. People simply don't fail. They only fail to plan. All of us here have succeeded because we made sacrifices and we survived. It takes courage to be here where we are now. At Red Mountain, we learn to be respectful. Competition is healthy, and often we encounter people of different backgrounds. However, each and every one of us has done the best that we can with what we have from the environment we came from. As mountain lions, we don't look down on others based off of their shortcomings. People trip, tumble, and fall. The only time we look down on someone is to pick them up so we can put them back on track. With a positive attitude and environment at our school, we are able to achieve anything because on this mountain, we stand as one. At Red Mountain, we learn to be influential. Our race goes beyond this track and goes to the top of the mountain. On our climb to the top of the mountain, we pushed ourselves to finish strong. Sure, we slipped on gravel and stones along the way, but we didn't fall off the mountain. But even at the top of the mountain, we are still not satisfied with where we are. We want to move on to reach those other milestones. So we continue to learn. We learn so we can better ourselves and become the person we imagine ourselves to be. All of us here are on track to build a bigger, brighter, and better future, and we will continue to do so well past our time here. As we go higher than the mountaintop to chase down our dreams, we will exponentially influence the world around us. So, today, we have reached the finish line of our high school careers. Our time here has gone by so fast that it has been hard to keep track of the time. I'm beyond proud to walk today with the rest of this graduating class. It is important to remember that while this race ends, our futures will not come to a roaring halt. We will continue to run forward, and we will seldom go back. However, we will never truly forget the thrill of climbing this mountain. This is only just one of the many milestones that we will reach in our marathon of life. So, take a moment and savor this victory as we only graduate high school once. We've certainly had a good run, Red Mountain. Thank you, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2015.
Thank you, Jillian. Our second speaker, senior speaker this evening will attend the Barrett Honors College at Arizona State University with the intent of majoring in both communications and minoring in theater. Her favorite memory of Red Mountain was being part of the yearbook staff. Asked why, she said that she was able to learn all about our different clubs, classes, and all the opportunities to meet our students. Her favorite part about Red Mountain was feeling supported, not judged, by our school community in anything she wanted to try. Please welcome our second senior speaker this evening, Zoe Zamora.
Congratulations, Red Mountain class of 2015. Looking out on the sea of black and red, I think back to where and when we all started our school journeys. In 2003, the Disney Pixar movie Finding Nemo was released when we were all first graders. Seems like a long time ago, huh? After watching that movie as a high schooler, you really begin to see the hidden messages that are essential and applicable to all of our lives. Lessons like having the courage to try something new, finding your way, being a good friend, and showing persistence have helped us to shape our high school experiences and will help us as we shape our futures. As the first freshman class of Red Mountain High School, we had to dive into the high school scene quicker than any other class before us. From day one, we had to build up the courage to try new things like sports, clubs, and honors classes. Like Nemo and his anticipation to experience school life, we were eager and excited to experience life here at Red Mountain High School. Our freshman class was sort of like a fish out of water. We were placed into a large school that had never been exposed to a freshman class before, but we made our splash when we jumped right in. Throughout our high school journeys, it is important to reflect on who has helped to get us to the seats that we are all sitting in right now. The teachers, counselors, and administration here at Red Mountain have influenced and guided us in every step of the way. Whether it be teaching us a world language, mentoring us as we raised an animal or wrote a song, or guiding us as we figured out our schedules. They have exposed us to new and exciting opportunities. Like the manta ray who is the teacher in Nemo, they reminded us to constantly explore the incredible knowledge life has to offer. Adventures like the annual Catalina Island trip with Mr. DeMassa's marine biology class, or the annual Club Diversity Service trip to California with Mr. Macias, have exemplified the faculty's dedication to providing unforgettable moments for us. Of course, we can't forget our peers, everyone out there in the sea of black and red, who have also supported us in our journeys. Whether it be your friend in second hour or the friend that you walk to classes with, they have all helped to define your experience here at Red Mountain High School. And we certainly can't forget spending times with friends at Friday night football games, school dances, community service activities, and concerts. I mean, without Dory, would Finding Nemo still have been the same movie? So, remember that each person that you have met in high school has influenced your individual story. Thank them for joining you on your adventure. As we reflect on the lessons from Nemo, we have to acknowledge, recognize, and respect the dedication of our parents, grandparents, family members, and guardians. We need to thank the people sitting in the stands who have stayed by our sides through the rough and calm seas. With their love and support, through the celebrations and challenges, they have been our #1 fans, cheering us on from the stands or clapping for us in the audience. Our respect for all of you here today is undeniable, so we thank you. So, as we begin our own incredible adventures, be proud to be the Red Mountain class of 2015. We have exemplified the 3 pillars on which Red Mountain stands: courage, respect, and influence. So, dive in, make discoveries, embrace your uniqueness, and just keep swimming towards your dreams.
Congratulations, Red Mountain Class of 2015. We did it. Next, our student body officers, Olivia Johnson and Jesse Smith, will present the senior gift.
My name is Jesse Smith, and this is Olivia Johnson. And as your student body treasurer and secretary, we work together on choosing this year's senior gift.
After spending 4 years at this place, we thought the school deserved something that would make a difference for the future Red Mountain Lions. Our experience here has been life-changing. The least we could do was give something back.
One of the class of 2015's gifts to the school was 2 new GoPro Hero 4 video cameras for RMTV. They have done an incredible job this year with their broadcasting and with keeping our school connected.
We also worked with Yearbook and donated a real stuffed lion and enclosure to show our lion pride. You can find this really cool taxidermy in the front office as a symbol of the heart, dignity, and honor found in this school.
At this time, we would like to welcome Mr. Thomas DeMassa, who will give the teacher's address. Mr. DeMassa was chosen by the senior class for this honor.
Thanks and good evening. Little Horse, it's an honor to be able to speak at this, the culmination of your young lives up to this point. At a school like Red Mountain, I appreciate this opportunity. It is truly a privilege. I'm a big Destiny guy, and I found a Red Mountain Way pencil as I walked up here. This is a great place to be. It's ironic that I almost ended my teaching career before it even started because I am terrified of public speaking. For those of you who are wondering what to do with your lives, you can look at me because this is the last place that I would have thought I would have been when I was sitting in your seat. I can still remember my English teacher, Miss Thornhill, as I read my forced public speaking, and the podium was shaking and the people in the front row were giving the sad little "oh" as I fell apart, and her voice saying, "Continue, please continue." I also need to give a shout out to a biology teacher who, when I first started teaching, I was a young rookie teacher. I was all excited, ready to change lives and go out there, and he taught for 30 years at Mesa High School. He taught biology, and I went up to him and I said, "So what's it like? You're leaving your career right now. What's it feel like, spending your whole life teaching?" And he looked me straight in the eye and said, "It's really sad when you realize you spent your life teaching kids things they don't need to know." He really changed my teaching. After that, I decided I was going to try to, after teaching all the curriculum I needed to teach, I would add life tips to that, things that would help kids' lives. All the life tips I give in my class at football camp all came from him because, he let me know that I needed to teach more than that. So here are some of the tips. Wasted your life teaching biology. Life tip: no man is a complete failure. He can always serve as a bad example. Afraid to speak in front of people. Life tip: face your fear. Through hard work and discipline, you can do anything you decide to do. You are young and you don't know what to do with your life. Tip: you are ignorant and your teachers will help you with that. You are a loser with a drug and alcohol problem. Tip: that is temporary. If you choose it, you can click at any time. The best thing about being a teacher is there's no shortage of young people to learn things from. If you pay attention, you can learn things from them. The tip from that one is observation is the key to life. A student trainer once told me, we were having a conversation, and I said, you know, maybe you could be a teacher. And she said, a high school teacher, that's lower than whale poop. And I told her, I'm like, hey, I'm a teacher. She goes, you're a coach. That's a little bit higher than whale poop. The life tip I got from that is whale poop is a really critical part of the environment. You know, it feeds the plankton, and the plankton make our oxygen. So basically, she's saying teachers are as important as the oxygen we breathe. Walk into the classroom crying one day because the love of your life, your soulmate, has broken up with you. Good, you're just bad at picking. That's part of growing up. You need to pick the right people, and they're giving you signs. Pay attention. A wise person said that 90% of your life's happiness is decided by the person you end up with. I think that person should just stop quoting random statistics and just say, the person that you end up with is going to determine the happiness for your life. There's a saying, YOLO, and that's what that person should have said. YOLO, you know, as he said, that means that. But the real statement is from Yoda, and it's Uyal, only once you live, and it means don't waste your life doing things to have fun, make a difference. Students live through a massive car accident. The life tip is wear your seatbelts and be careful around cars because that is the most likely thing to kill you. 3 years ago tonight, my daughter Katie sat over there and played, and she was a young freshman, and we got to the car, and she was teared up, and I said, what's wrong? And she said, the conductor was conducting, and she realized she was leaving, and he was going to leave, and she was destroyed by that. Life tip, tell those you love that you do. Life is short. Katie, I love you. Sad because you're leaving and your friends are all leaving. Life tip, the true joy of life is in the trip. You were lucky to share these part of your life together. Typically, these tips go on for about 90 minutes, so I'll leave you with a story. This is a story about World War I. World War I, two brothers who loved each other were battling. They were in the trenches, and it was an ugly war, and they got the whistle to go out and charge the other trenches, and they went out together, and they got the whistle to retreat. They went back, and the older brother was back in the trenches, and he was looking for his little brother. He was going around, has anybody seen my brother? Has anybody seen my brother? And somebody said, I saw your brother get hit out there. And he immediately went to the company commander and said, sir, I need permission to go find my brother. And the company commander said, son, there's snipers out there, and if you go out there, you'll die. You'll be shot. Your brother's hit. He's probably already dead. It's a lot worse for your mom to have two dead children than one. I forbid you to go out there. If you go out there, I'll court-martial you. At this point, I've got to do a little side story because it wouldn't be me if there wasn't a side story. In the Aleutian Islands, there were these awesome manatees called Steller sea cows. Steller sea cows are extinct now, and they're extinct because they had the habit of when the Russian whalers were stabbing one of them, their mate would come to comfort them. The sea cow would scream, and the mate would come and rub on its body and let it know that it was okay, and the Russians would, hey, we'll eat two of them, and they killed them, and they went extinct. Now the thing about a sea cow is it's just an animal. It doesn't have consciousness. The brother went out to get his brother out there. Despite the warning, he was a conscious sea cow. He went to his brother. The next morning, the commander is going to the medical tent. He looks, he sees the older brother, the one who went to get his younger brother, laying in the medical tent, mortally wounded. And he goes up to the boy and he goes, I forbade you to leave. And he's emotional and he's hurt because this boy is here and the boy's mortally wounded. The doctor tells him he's going to die. And the commander looks at him and says, "Why did you go?" And the boy looked up at him and smiles and said, "Sir, it was worth it." And the commander is so emotional because he knows the boy's dead now. He's going to have to write the letter to his mom and explain to him what happened. And he says, "How could it be worth it?" And he said, "Sir, my brother's last words were worth my life." And the commander said, "What could he have possibly said that's worth your life?" And he said, "Sir, when I found my brother, he was face down in the mud. He was cold. He was dying. And I grabbed him and I rolled him over. And he looked in my eyes and he said, 'I knew you'd come.'" There are people in your life who will always be there for you. They will sacrifice everything to find you and give you hope when all hope is lost. Tonight, as you meet your loved ones and shake their hand and say, "Thanks for coming tonight," find the people you love and let them know you are a conscious sea cow for them. Let them know you will be there for them. In closing, my father, he had a massive heart attack on a football field up in the visitor stands, and he passed away. And one of my friends said afterwards, "Wasn't it beautiful?" And I said, it wasn't beautiful because I was too close to it. It was there. But when you choose some place to die, because like I said, I'm a big destiny guy. And when I look out here right now, you realize the true beauty is in the stadium. Class of 2015, live the dream.
Good evening, parents, family, friends, alumni, and other guests. Class of 2015, I'm honored to share this evening with you tonight. Red Mountain High School is a very special place. I know this because I've spent 9 years of my professional career teaching here at Red Mountain High School. And I also have a daughter who's graduating with you. And although we're here tonight to celebrate your accomplishments, I need your help. I think it's important to acknowledge the others that are here who have been essential to your success. Please stand up, graduates, and join me in honoring your parents, teachers, family, and friends. We honor their unwavering support to help you reach your greatest potential. Mr. Ryan, a short time ago, you shared a list of accomplishments that this senior class realized in only 4 short years. There are schools that in the history of their school haven't come close to the accomplishments that this class has acquired in 4 years. Those accomplishments are a testament to your individual and collective hard work, dedication, and perseverance, and you should be congratulated for those amazing accomplishments. As you leave here tonight, be confident that you possess the qualities, skills, and knowledge to accomplish anything that you put your heart to. Graduation represents a wonderful new beginning of experiences and a world of opportunities. We expect you to dream big and grab hold of all the opportunities that come your way. Now, if you're anything like my daughter, you can't wait to go to college or move out of the house. Now, I will tell you, when you do that, you will probably encounter some things that you haven't yet experienced. And life will not always be as easy as maybe that it is right now. As you come face to face with the challenges and experiences of life, I encourage you to embrace a sense of humor. You need to laugh, play, and enjoy those around you. You need to celebrate things in your life, like a talent, a friend, a great teacher, and a loving parent. And you need to work tirelessly to accomplish your dreams. Legendary football coach Lou Holtz once said that there are 3 simple rules for meeting the challenges in your life. Do what's right, do everything to the best of your ability, and show people you care. As I close my comments with you, I'd like to share a quote from American anthropologist Margaret Mead. She once said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." Class of 2015, you are that small group of thoughtful, committed individuals. This is your time to dream, your time to be bold, your time to change this world. We are confident that you can and will make our community and world a better place. Why? Because you are Red Mountain High School. Congratulations, class of 2015. It's now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Susie Dupree, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction for Mesa Public Schools. On behalf of the Mesa Unified School District Governing Board, Dr. Dupree will accept the class of 2015 and confer diplomas.
Thank you, Dr. Lesser. Mr. Ryan, it is my honor to accept the class of 2015 and confirm that these students have satisfactorily completed the Mesa Unified School District's and the Arizona State Board of Education's requirements for graduation. And now, what you've all been waiting for, I ask the Red Mountain class of 2015 to come forward and accept and receive their diplomas.
Kids absent, 31, 36, and 40.
Oh, I remember that.
Mitchell Smith.
Joelle Susan Dykstra.
Kirsten Noel Farrell.
Mohammed Hussein Zaitoon.
Laura Elizabeth Sutton.
Jillian Francis Gallo.
Laura
Zoe
Elizabeth Sutton, pardon me.
Zoe Selena Zamora.
Susan Leanne Fisher.
Olivia Taylor Johnson.
Thomas Jordan Northrup.
Jesse Thomas Smith.
Bryn Gabrielle Perkins.
Chase Brendan Lordy.
Misty Nicole Malden.
Aliana Nicole Abraham.
Michael John Maiden.
Youssef Will Abukoff.
John Sergey McAlpine.
Bowen Mackenzie Ackley.
Brianna Marie McClure.
Janessa Brianne Acosta.
Catherine Marion McConnell.
Nina Elizabeth Adams. Kyla Ryan McDaniel. Nayli Jeanette Alas. Dana Marie McDowell. Brittany Paige Alfaro. Patrick Michael Little. Sean William Allard. Mary Sue Lockard. Elizabeth Ruth Allen. Alyssa Rose Lombardi. Angel Alvarez Aguilar. Casey Cardall Long. Yvette Isabel Amador. Tarika Comanta Long. Kayla Terry Amstutz. Ariana Marie Lopez. Courtney M. Anderson. Nicholas Lopez. Alyssa Charisse Anderson. Cassandra Lopez. Cameron Robert Anderson. Austin T. Lundell. Daisha Hart Anderson. Kyle Andrew McDonald. Sebastian Andreada Roman. Chloe Ann Madrigal. Dylan Thomas Andrews. Summer Ashley Madsen. Sierra Leanne Anglin. Mitchell Jordan Majors. Trey Armstrong Anthony. Priyanka Macon. Winter Rose Appleby. Nathan August McKinnon. Carly Cosette Apps. Ashley Julissa Maldonado. Arceli Arias Lemus. Erin Marie Mamarel. Dylan James Armentor. Hannah Catherine Manis. Sadie Rose Armour. Vanessa Starr Marty. Alexandra Ann Arnold. Ashley Nicole Martin. Matthew Carlos Asante. Donye Michael Martin. Holly Ann Atkinson. Caitlin Louise Martin. Tyler Allen Algier. Annalise Josephine Martinez. Colton Charles Ulrich. Jessica Faith Martinez. Sarah Michelle Autry. Caleb Michael Martinez. Caitlin Alea. Destiny Gabrielle Martin Kareem. Anthony William Balbo. Alexis Carmen Martinson. Caitlin Joy Barkman. Kaylee Marie Mayshore. Braden Paris Barlow. Sabrina Riley McGee. Julia Rose Varagon. Matthew Alexander McGivern. Zachary Austin Barand. Daniel Keith McGrew. Billy Ray Barreras Jr. Deanna Joy McCarty. Glenn Ivan Vascon. Taylor Elizabeth McHenry. Elijah Andreas Batchelor. Catherine Rose McIntosh. Joseph Phyllis Bagatila. Leighton David Joseph McKenzie. James Michael Bechtel. Chase Mackenzie McLeod. J. Antonio Fellett. Taylor May Melman. Matthew Allen Bellini. Patricia Rosa. James Andrew Bennett. Sasha Blaine Menendez. Melody Joy Bennett. Elliot Wade Messenger. Jacob Lawrence Benstein. Sarah Mackenzie Meyer. Maria Ann Benzing. Tatum Ray Mazzosi. Nathan Emerson Beckwith. Benjamin Peter Angelo Michael. Alexandra Nicole Bernard. Christoph P. Machowski. Marissa Aaliyah Basita. Erica Shea Mickelson. Annabelle Batonce. Cody Maurice Makita. Phoenix Nicole Bentecourt. Alec Marie Miller. Caitlin Irene Byer. Tantiana Marie Millett. Jake Robert Bellick.
Morgan Jane Milstead.
Karina Renee Besochia.
Michaela Rose Minch.
Eric Luis Bieberdorf.
Dayla Rayanne Minton.
Nigel Lewis Biles.
Larissa Selena Moisa.
Cassia Ramey Blankman.
Adriana Jean Malloy.
Thomas Jerome Buhnojevic. Sorry.
Karen Vanessa Montiel Estrella.
Dylan Joseph Bolduc.
Kellen Raheem Moore.
Katie Christine Bourne.
Kristen Joy Morale.
Zachary Charles Basung.
Peter Jacob Morales.
Elijah Daniel Bottomley.
Caitlin Marie Davidson.
Allison Elaine Bauer.
Devontae Samuel Morant.
Dalen Richard Bowers.
Lacey Blair Morris.
Catherine Matea Boyle.
Sarah Novella Mosley.
Reese Thomas Bradburn.
Ariana Renee Mulder.
Taylor Ray Bradley.
Sydney Lynn Nally.
Taylor J. Brendan.
Deputy Ann Navarro.
Benjamin Tyler Brenton.
Jessica Elizabeth Nelson.
Sadie Lynn Brooks.
Sierra Lynn Newberry.
Dominique Marie Brown.
Albert Vladimir Newman.
Justin Daniel Brown.
Charles Robert Cox Newman.
Samuel William Buckpitt.
Seth Lee Nez.
Shanna Elizabeth Buffington.
Brandon Wen.
Kyle Hanson Bunker.
Lindsay Megan Nichols.
Gabrielle Ruthie Burchette.
Tanner Austin Nixon.
Casey Michelle Butler.
Mary Soraya Lee Nording.
Anthony Devon Bonowski.
Marcus Andrew North.
Rachel Renee Cabello.
Matthew Christian Melvinson.
Ander Caroline Call.
Ariel Lee Nebe.
Stephen Blake Camarina.
Audrey Lynn Nebe.
Connor Cahill Cameron.
Dalen Chase O'Brien.
Sierra Tyler Campbell.
Jacob Michael O'Connell.
Molly Catherine Carney.
Aaron Crahan O'Connor.
Kate Elizabeth Carpenter.
Carly Oakland.
Sierra Nicole Carpenter.
Brianne Elise Olmstead.
Fernando Antonio Carrillo Correa.
Walker Vincent Olson.
Charms Rebecca Carter.
Paul Andres Orvera.
Elizabeth Ray Carafil.
Matthew Walker O'Neill.
Cole Edward Carver.
Kaylee Renee Orlando.
Caitlin Ashley Castile.
Julio Andres Ortega.
Arcadio Sierra Lozano.
Jonathan Otto.
Jacob Anthony Chapman.
Jacob Scott Owens.
Allison Regan Charles.
Ashley Marie Page.
Brittany Elise Chavez.
Daniel Christopher King Pelos.
Crystal Janessa Chavez.
William Brian Parker Jr.
Diana Paula Chavez Cardenas.
Aloisa Paz Gutierrez.
Gabriel Women William Shiner.
Samantha Teresa Pearson.
Michael Pleasant Childers.
Christopher Allen Pfeiffer.
Caitlin Rose Chisholm.
Eric Panado.
Michael Brian Chung.
Benjamin Clark Pencil.
Vincent Sam Sharma Tiro.
Vanessa Janeth Penuelas.
Astrid Sid De Leon.
Christina Nicole Perez.
Olivia Jane Sizik.
Abigail Lynn Pesterfield.
Rebecca Carolyn Clark.
Samara Karen Peterson.
Taylor Rose Clark.
Bryant Lee Phillips.
Tyler Walker Clayton.
Tyler William Phillips.
Caitlin Leah Clevenger.
Joshua Glenn Piccinini.
Alyssa Marie Clyburn.
Cody William Pickering.
Tristan Alexander Colgan.
Trent Sullivan Pickron.
Jose de Jesus Contreras Torres.
Peyton Elizabeth Pyle.
Alexis Paige Cooper.
Barbara Guadalupe Pino Correa.
Adam Chandler Copeland.
Charlie K. Pollard.
Niall Dalton Cora.
Jordan J. Polve.
Bailey Michelle Coronado.
Lacey Kimberly Pomeroy.
Stephanie Coronado.
Courtney Lee Porter.
Aishakia
Emma Lee Porter.
Aishakia LaVey Coram.
Gary Austin Porter.
Aliana Bell Covington.
Jordan Arel Porter.
Kaylee Elizabeth Krantz.
Brody Lane Powell.
Nicholas Ray Cummings.
Alexia Nicole Priego.
Devin Michael Curry.
Julian Anthony Prevoid.
Tanner William Cuss.
Bailey Lynn Pryor.
Alexandria Rose Dake.
Nicholas Jack Polizano.
Brett Andrew Dapser.
Sarah Rose Pertel.
Olivia Ann Darling.
Martin Thomas Quick.
Bethany Lee Davis.
Christopher Antonio Quinones.
Kylie Lynn Davis.
Osman Samuel Quinones Arredondo.
Xavier Alexander Davis.
Alexander Nicholas Quintana.
Caitlin Deborah Damasa.
Norberto Isaí Quintero.
Athea Lynn DeMello.
Felicia Irene Portsquiva.
Alexa Yvonne Diaz de Leon.
Ezekiel Alexandro Ramos.
Tristan Anthony DeCarlo.
Sabrina Nalini Ray.
Amy Rose Dicker.
Lucian Joseph Red Elk.
Jaden Kiyomi Ditfa.
Haley Mackenzie Reese.
Jordan Wesley Dobbins.
Cheyenne Reed.
Brady Allen Dominguez.
Ryan Thomas Riley.
Brooke Taylor Rewan Devon.
Alan Reda.
Landy James Dove III.
Kelsey Jade Reynolds.
John William Downey.
Elizabeth Reynoso Avila.
Kendra Rose Dowski.
Alec Matthew Reich.
Ashley Morgan Dugan.
Amber Sandra Rivera.
Earl William Dumas.
Morgan Victoria Roberts.
Braden James Dunn.
Braxton Cortez Robinson.
Maurice Lance Dyer III.
Brian Robles.
Cody Wade Eves.
Cecilia Elaine Robles.
Hannah Marie Eddy.
Alexi Rodriguez Caro.
Jason Tyler Lee Edwards.
Angelica Hope Romero.
Dakota Ray Eldridge.
Emily Ellen Ronning.
Sabrina Lorraine Elkins.
Christopher Thomas Roper.
Paige Meredith Ellis.
Diana Hazel Rosales.
Lindy Louise Ingle Steely.
Chandler Austin Rowland.
Reggie Capono and Enos.
Michaela Rebecca Rowland.
Austin Michael Epperson.
Zachary Fino Royal.
Cade Edwin or Demon Kenley.
Sean Michael Rudd.
Brandon Bo Escamilla.
Jordan Patrick Roop.
Ricardo Valentino Esquivel.
Michaela Catherine Sabin.
Taryn Ariana Estavillo.
Sonia Marie Sabrowski.
Emily Megan Fadley.
Taylor Nicole Saxon.
Jacob Dalton Fall.
Luis Angel Sainz.
Anthony Nicholas Federico.
Serene Sundas Salah.
Aubrey Christina Federico.
Trey William Salmons.
Caitlin Alexis Fenn.
Alicia Deprise Sanchez.
Alyssa Catherine Fernandez.
Corey Daniel Sanchez.
Chelsea Nicole Feta.
Gabrielle Michelle Sanchez.
Nico Henry Figueroa Gonzalez.
Jonathan Armando Sandoval.
Lily Faye Fines.
Jared Hugh Sanner.
Samuel Michael Fink.
Michelle Marie Santana.
Laramie Ragden Flake.
Craig Robert Sarnek.
Brendan Lee Flores.
Gina Nicole Scarcello.
David Joseph Flores.
Jacob Daniel Schutzel.
Joseph Edward Flores.
Wesley Allen Schulk.
Brianna Nicole Flynn.
Phoebe Trindle Schilt.
Lucas Alexander Fulmer.
Matthew David Schneider.
Jordan Alexis Foote.
Brianna Lynn Schnicken.
Vaughn Shannon Ford Plotkin.
Chase Patrick Schrum.
Cole Ellis Fowler.
Max Lee Schultz.
Alejandra Franco.
Sarah Emily Schultz.
Tiffany Nicole Franco.
Christine Catherine Schuster.
Jacob Jeffrey Franklin.
Jessica Megan Schutz.
Nicola Brianna Fredrickson.
Austin Ty Scoggin.
Chelsea Noel Frisbee.
Hillary Renee Scott.
Andrew Trey Francek.
Marissa Ann Scott.
Sarah Gail Frost.
Zachary Louis Cedillo.
Leah Rose Fry.
Francisco Adalberto Segura.
Wyatt Parker Gallant.
Caitlin Margaret Seifert.
Brianna Michelle Gamma.
James Christopher Sellers.
Bailey Raul Garcia.
Philip Michael Chambray.
Jacqueline Rose Garcia.
Sierra Rose Shepard Kurtz.
Rosalind Marie Garcia.
Helene Elizabeth Shin.
Braden Hale Gardner.
Randall Joseph Shin.
Bernice Gasca.
Elijah Byron Schukert.
Ashley Brooke Gass.
Nicholas Edward Schurtz.
Lauren Ashley Gallo.
Jake Andrew Sibley.
Catherine Ruth Genko.
Sarah Marina Singer.
Kiana Grace Gibson.
Rachel Ann Singleton.
Nicole Elizabeth Gimple.
Kyle David Scavlin.
Bryce Daniel Gillen.
Carly Dawn Skinner.
McGuire Joel Gillen.
Amy Renee Smeester.
Michael James Ginty.
Aiden Vernon Smith.
Tanner Scott Gorgon.
Brendan Christopher Smith.
Paul Sebastian Gomez.
Janisha Renee Smith.
Joshua Thomas Gonzalez.
Stephanie Renee Smith.
Daisy Yvette Gonzalez.
Todd Austin Smith.
Haley Marie Gordon.
Kyle Taylor Smithson.
Alyssa Rose Goss.
Brennan David Snyder.
Brandon Martin Graves.
Cedric Jake Soika.
Lauren Mackenzie Greenway.
Madison May Sordeberg.
Jared Michael Befru.
Jacqueline Alejandra Sosa Garcia.
Levi James Griffiths. Victoria Monique Sotelo. Cassandra Alexa Grijalva.
Jorman Sanchez Soto.
Timothy Joseph Guthrie.
Dallin James Spencer.
Janet Gutierrez Barranco.
Jacob Ford Stahl.
Gerald Daniel Gigi.
Samantha Joe Stalder.
Lissa Maeve Hatzel.
Eliza Christine Stanfield.
Hannah Nicole Hall.
Adam Christopher Stebbins.
Mohammed Saeed Hamden.
Emily Catherine Stebbins.
Sarah Eve Hancock.
Lauren Elizabeth Steinhoff.
Lene Michelle Harada.
Jade Alexis Stenner.
Alicia Renee Hardy.
Kendall Deanne Starrett.
Zidel Reed Harper.
Michaela Danielle Stevens.
Riley Ann Harvey.
James Spencer Stewart.
Nathaniel Robert Hatch.
Riley Alexander Stewart.
Summer Ashley Hawley.
Taylor Danielle Stewart.
Jared Dale Mitchell.
Cara Elizabeth Stillwell.
Austin Gerald Healy.
Aaron James Stinson.
Vanessa Jean Healy.
Kerrigan Diane Strait.
Catherine Joy Heffernan.
Kimberly Mildred Stratton.
Michael David Heinrich.
Joseph Nathaniel Struble.
Cassie Marie Hines.
Madison Murphy Sutton.
Mary Malak Hines.
Brandy Nicole Swagger.
Bryce Linwood Henley.
Caitlin Rose Talkington.
Samantha Noel Henningsen.
Anaí Tejeda.
Marina Renee Henchez.
Tristan Julian Teleshuk.
Haiti Lynn Hernandez.
James Merritt Turbush.
Jade Milan Hernandez.
Donovan Omari Thomas.
Marquise Dijon Hernandez.
Emily Sierra Thomas.
Vanessa Doritza Hernandez.
Kylie Nell Thomas.
Vanessa Nicole Hernandez.
Robert John Thomas.
Robert Casey Hershey.
Austin David Thompson.
Taylor J. Heeb.
Zachary Ryan Thompson.
Ariel Matega Hill.
Madison Danae Tidwell.
Austin Hugh Hillis.
Amanda K. Tolman Sontag.
Mackenzie Hershey.
Nicole Paige Tolness.
Annika Margaret Jelmstead.
Brianna Nicole Tompkins.
Destiny Gabrielle Hurd.
Jaron Christopher Toner.
Benjamin Farron Hurler.
Taylor Lynn Tonks.
Alec George Hutchins.
Gina Alejandra Torres.
Lindsay Jean Ibarra.
Nicole Maria Tower.
Alyssa Ann Ignergio.
Elizabeth Lynn Trammell.
Blake Anthony Enorio.
Carlos Trejo.
Dante Antonio Irizaria.
Emily Trent.
Tanner James Ivy.
Ilya Trigo Maradnia.
Jeffrey Charles Jackalone.
Jalen Nicole Tronoski.
Shantae Simone Jackson.
David Matthew Tripp.
Cameron Natalie James.
Evan Alexander Turek.
Stephen Prescott James.
Taylor Allen Underwood.
Jacob William Jankowski.
Matthew Dylan Zadell.
Logan Michelle Jansen.
Ryan Loranco Valenho.
Gerald Michael Hadmiel.
Kyla Bradley Van Beekum.
Jalen Philip Jenkins.
Jose Leo Vasquez Munoz.
Anthony Christopher Jett.
Cassandra Raquel Vega.
Bryson LeVar John.
Monique Leah Venegas.
Joshua Cody Johnson.
Holly Aloni Vera.
Kyle Anthony Johnson.
Ronald Sloan Vera.
Kyle William Johnson.
Brandon Lane Verdoni.
Bryson Kent Jones.
Mark Cameron Veretto.
Charis Elaine Jones.
Nicole Karen Vicedo.
Derek Anthony Jones.
Jason Curtis Stotts.
Joshua Jamal Jones.
Diana Ariana Villapreciado.
Madison Taylor Jones.
Carlos Ismael Villalobos.
Tia Marquish Jones.
Anthony Danielle Villarreal.
Victoria Lorraine Jones.
Milton Quinn Waldrop.
Joshua Michael Jorgensen.
Paisley Ali Walker.
Joshua Robert Cabesi.
Maximilian Waltz.
Emma Elizabeth Kahn.
Keon Jalen Washington.
Nathan Alexander Kahn.
Jensen Ashley Waters.
Camille Elise Kaiser.
Kyla Amon Watson.
Callie Ann Karpinski.
Keith Ellis Webb.
Heather Tamara Ann Katsinas.
Kenneth Elliott Webb.
Lacey Rianne Casimir.
Katie Noel Weber.
Rachel Nicole Kent.
Hayden Scott Weinberg.
Jason Christopher Kern.
Cameron Leroy Wells.
Dylan James Kerr.
Laurel Anne-Marie Wentz.
Amanda Elizabeth King.
Divine Unique White.
Sierra Carmen King.
Michael Robert White.
Helena Minette King.
William Zachary White Griggs.
Jackson Kelly Knight.
Kevin Wayne Weedman.
Jeremy Keith Knutson.
Zoe Madeline Wickforce.
Sarah Elizabeth Kocher.
Orion Andrew Wilder.
Sedona Lynn Colzo.
Victoria Rose Wilder.
Riley Jacob Korkuska.
Alexandra Marie Wiley.
Shardise Lene Cott.
Emily Ann Wilkinson.
Anastasia Marie Kufadakis.
Victoria Willis.
Desiree Faline Kraus.
Paige Leanne Willits.
Alexis Caitlin Kuhn.
Connor Michael Wilson.
Emily Jane Kuhn.
Dylan John Wilson.
Samuel Richard Kuhn.
Erin Elise Wilson.
Stephen Thaddeus Kuna.
Caitlin Maria Winters.
Nicholas Steele Keunko.
Chrissy Keiko Wolf.
Allison Ann Lammert.
Mia Cleo Wong.
Shay Lorraine Lamoureux.
Taylor Renee Wood.
Seth Roman Landry.
Blake Madison Woodward.
Cherry Nicole Langley.
Matthew Woolgar.
Olivia Jade Larson.
Michaela Lee Warden.
Jacob Allen Lassay Catlin.
Matthew David Zanders.
Cody Shade Lashinsky.
Cody Ryan Yarbrough.
Olivia Nicole Laughlin.
Zachary Tyler Yarbrough.
Cody Hunter Lawrence.
Heather Brianna Yahtzee.
Tyler Stephen Lawrence.
Fallon Noel Yoakum.
Kiwan Deshawn Lear.
Walker Lane Yost.
Edward Devin Lee. Erica Vanessa Lemus. Haley Elizabeth Lesser. Cameron William Lewis. I would like now to welcome Senior Class President Chase Lordy to lead the class of 2015 in the turning of the tassels.
Good evening, fellow seniors. I am Chase Lordy, and I am truly honored to represent the senior class tonight. I'm sure the last thing you guys want to hear is yet another speaker, but just hang in there. You're only about a minute away from freedom. As you all know, almost 4 years ago, we became the first freshman class to attend Red Mountain High School. Together, we have endured successes and failures, losses and new friendships, and have formed a bond that can never be broken. We have become a family. We have to admit, it's going to be tough to leave this place behind. To leave all the Friday night football games, the ruthless trash talking about Mountain View, the legendary sweat-filled dances that would be more accurately labeled as pool parties, the brick wall that's more popular than 99% of our class, the endless Twitter drama, squad pictures, and annoying group messages. And who can forget that bizarre sweet music, the overwhelming senioritis, and that dreaded question, wait, did we have homework? But especially those awkward steps that no one can walk up with confidence. Red Mountain, you will be missed and never forgotten. We had some great times together, but now we must focus on the next chapter of our lives, in which we move on to bigger and better things. Before we embark on this new journey, I would like to leave you all with some profound words of wisdom from the world-renowned philosopher, SpongeBob SquarePants, who said, "If you believe in yourself and with the tiny pinch of magic, all your dreams can come true." Now, could you all please stand up? And to signify this critical transition in our lives, grab your tassel and move it from the right to the left. Congratulations, Red Mountain class of 2015. #, we made it.